Good morning. Today we will discuss attitudes. Attitudes constitute an important psychological attribute of individuals which shape their behavior. It may be defined as the way a person feels about something, a person, a place, a commodity, a situation, or an idea. So, attitude is the thinking of a person about another person or a place or any situation, and that attitude helps a person to go ahead, or sometimes it is a drawback also. So positive attitude is what we will discuss today. Read the following story. A young man was passing through a site of construction. He saw three laborers working in the site. He went to one of them and asked, "What are you doing here?" The worker answered, "Don't you see, I am pulling in to earn a living. I am working and earning." Now, this is a type of negative attitude in which a person who is working does not think that I am working, but I am only pulling my leg to earn. That means working hard or trying hard only to earn a living. The young man moved towards the second. Now he asked the second man the question, "What are you doing?" Back came the reply, "Don't you see, I am constructing a wall." So this is a bit positive but not extremely positive attitude towards the work. The young man now asked the third person the same question and he replied, "Don't you see, I am building a beautiful mansion." Now this is a positive attitude in which a person positively replies that I am building a beautiful mansion. That means on the basis of thinking of that person, his work will also be influenced. Since the third one is thinking positive about that work that he is doing, since he is making a beautiful mansion, he would try hard to make a beautiful mansion or beautiful building, and his imagination will come true. And whatever be our thinking or attitude, our activities are also influenced by our attitude. If we have negative attitude, this will be reflected in our behavior. If we have positive attitude, this will be reflected in our behavior. All three men were doing the same work, but what differentiated was their attitude towards work. So we can clearly see the story that attitude is something we individually feel about some person, work, place, etc. Features of attitude affects behavior. So what are the features or main characteristics of attitude? Attitude affects behavior. People have natural tendency to maintain consistency between attitude and behavior. Attitudes can lead to intended behavior if there is no external intervention. So, as I discussed, people's behavior is extremely influenced by attitude. People having positive attitude have positive behavior, and negative attitude have a negative behavior. It is invisible. We cannot see somebody's attitude. When we see or observe somebody, we can only see the physical presence of that person. So, physical presence cannot explain about attitude. It constitutes a psychological phenomenon which cannot be directly observed. However, we may observe an attitude indirectly through observing its consequences. For example, if a person is highly productive, we may infer that he has a positive attitude towards his or her work. So, when you observe that a person is working properly, the result of that person is positive, the speed of the person is good, then we normally will think that this person has a positive attitude. That is why he is able to work easily and he is completing the job quickly. So in any place, whether it is a laborer's work or a qualified person's work, if the work is being completed quickly and properly without any mistakes, normally we believe that his attitude is positive. So although it is invisible, we can observe the attitude of the person on the basis of his work or her work. Attitudes are acquired. attitudes are gradually learned over a period of time. The process of learning attitudes starts right from childhood and continues throughout the life of a person. However, in the beginning, the family members have a greater impact on attitude of a child. Since a child does not understand anything, initially the child is influenced by the parents or the family members. So our attitude is influenced or built up by the family members. But as the child grows up, he learns new things, acquires knowledge, and also develops ideas about several things on the basis of knowledge that he or she has learned. So gradually over a period of time, the attitudes of people change and they develop a attitude along with development of age. Attitudes are pervasive. Pervasive is something which exists everywhere. They are formed in the process of socialization and may relate to anything in the world. For instance, a person may have positive and negative attitude towards religion, politics, politicians or countries. So, these are pervasive, that means they are everywhere. Attitudes are affected by everything in our life. It can be affected by religion, politics, or a country also. So everything influences attitude, and attitude also influences everything. Sources of attitude. From where do we learn attitude or understand or acquire attitude? The central idea running through the process of attitude formation is that the thoughts, feelings, and tendencies to behave are acquired or learned gradually. The attitudes are acquired from the following sources. Direct personal experience. The quality of a person's direct experience with the attitude object determines his or her attitude towards it. For example, if a worker finds his or her job challenging, supervisors understanding, and co-workers very cooperative, then he or she will have a positive attitude towards his or her job because the quality of his or her direct experience with the job. So, experience of a person develops attitude, and quality of person direct experience with attitude object determines his attitude towards it. So when you find that your work is challenging, it would worthy work that would provide you something positive, then you will take a positive attitude towards that work. So experience of a person develops an attitude. So it may be a positive or negative attitude on the basis of direct experience of that person. The person may have a negative attitude also. Some people may have a positive attitude also on the basis of experience. Group associations. People are influenced to one degree or another by other members in the group to which they belong. Attitudes are one target of this influence. Their attitude towards products, ethics, warfare, and a multitude of other subjects are influenced strongly by groups that they value and with which they do or wish to associate. Several groups, including family, work, and peer groups, and cultural and subcultural groups, are important in affecting a person's attitudinal development. Attitude is also influenced by another people of the group, that the group in which you live, because we are influenced by others, the people whom we admire, people who have strong influence on us. The attitude of that person is also influenced on the people who follow them. So this is a group association, or attitude is developed on the basis of group in which a person has or person lives. Influential others. A consumer's attitude can be formed and changed through personal contact with influential persons such as respected friends, relatives, and experts. Opinion leaders are examples of people who are respected by their followers and who may strongly influence the attitude and purchase behavior of followers. So in case of business, if we say Our opinions are also influenced by some respected people of the society. Sometimes our attitudes are affected by some politician because we follow many politicians. Sometimes attitude is affected by some celebrity like film star or a sports star or any other person who is famous in the society. Since we admire those people, we also follow their attitudes and they have influence on our attitude. To capitalize on this type of influence, advertisers often use actors and actresses to look similar or to act to similar to their intended audiences. People tend to like others who are similar to themselves because they believe that they share the same problems, form the same judgments, and use the same criteria for evaluating products. Another application which advertisers use to influence audience attitude is the so-called slice of life commercial. These advertisements show typical people confronting typical problems and finding solutions in the use of advertised brand. Some examples include the advertisement of a specialized shampoo to solve dandruff problems. Now, since we are influenced by these famous people, so the advertisers or companies use these famous people to develop one attitude. For example, if common people have a dandruff problem, you will observe in the TV commercial that a famous film star or a cricket player also has a dandruff problem, and to get rid of that dandruff problem, he or she is using a particular brand of shampoo. So we will be affected by or influenced by the attitude of that particular person. So since we are influenced by famous people, companies also use these people to develop one attitude. Essential attitudes of an entrepreneur. So since we are studying entrepreneurship, we have to study about the attitudes of an entrepreneur that should be present so that he or she may develop the business properly. The following 12 attitude attributes can put one in right mindset for achieving entrepreneurial success. So, what are the attitudes that should be present in an entrepreneur or businessman? Number one, have passion for business. Work should be fun. One's passion will help to overcome difficult moments and will persuade people to work for you and want to do business with you. Passion can't be taught. When it wanes, as it surely will difficult times, take some quiet time, whether it be an hour or a week. Take inventory of all the reasons one started the business and why one likes being one's own boss. That should renew one's passion. Passion, in Hindi we call it Junoon. Passion should be present in a person to be a successful businessman or entrepreneur. When you have passion for doing a job, then you will enjoy that job and that job will become easy for you. For example, for a cricketer, playing cricket is a passion. So, playing cricket becomes easy for that person and the person is able to become a cricket player. Similarly, with any other profession or any other job, if you enjoy the work, you will do the work easily. So entrepreneurs should also have an attitude of passion towards the job that they are choosing, and if they enjoy one particular type of work or business, then they would be successful in that business. Set an example of trustworthiness. People have confidence in trustworthy individuals and want to work for them in a culture of integrity. The same is true for customers. So if the customer have confidence or trust on you, for example, in India, we have trust on some brands, and these brands have been created by some people. So these peoples have created a trustworthy attitudes of customer. Customers, they have won the trust of the customers, and after winning the trust of the customers, they are enjoying. good market share. For example, in India, Reliance have trust, or people have trust on the company like Reliance or Tata, or in case of dairy we will observe Amul has won the trust of people. So people have to, or businessmen have to enjoy the trust of people, win the trust of people. Be flexible except with core values. It is a fact that one's plans and strategies will change as time goes on. This flexibility for rapid change is an inherent advantage of small over large business. However, no matter what the pressure for immediate profits, do not compromise on core values. So, we should not change our core values. However, we have to earn profits. So entrepreneurs should also remember that they have to earn profit, but they are not required to remove their core values. For example, they have a core value of providing good quality product. They should not remove that good quality product from their bouquet of products or range of product only to earn good profit. So this should be present, and but they should be flexible and they should be ready to change with time, because if we stick to same type of product, same type of quality with no change, again we will not be able to win the customers. So businessmen should be flexible. Don't let fear of failure hold one back. This is the biggest problem of failure. If we have a fear of failure, failure is an opportunity to learn. All things being equal, venture capitalists would rather invest money in an individual who tried and failed founding a company than in some who never tried. So venture capitalists are people who invest in new businesses like startups, and these are started by new businessmen who don't have too much of experience. Even then, and even if they have a fear of failure, they invest their money because they take this as an opportunity. So businessmen also should have an attitude of thinking that failure will be a learning opportunity for me, and normally they should not think that I would fail, because the fear of failure is the biggest thing behind not trying. So most of the people do not try for new things in their life because they have a fear that they will fail. Next, make timely decisions. It's okay to use one's intuition. Planning and thought are good, but procrastination leads to one to miss opportunities. If we take too much of time in taking decisions, we will miss the opportunity. So it is said that businessmen, entrepreneurs should take decisions on time, because the opportunities never wait for a person. They will knock your door, and if you grab the opportunity and take the decision quickly, then you would be take the advantage of this opportunity. The major company asset is oneself. One should take care of oneself. One's health is more valuable than the most expensive machinery or computer software for the company. One doesn't have to choose between one's family or company, play or work. Maintain one's own health and balance and energy, which will in turn enhance one's outlook. So, it is said that healthy body has healthy mind. So if we have health, or if our body will be healthy, then we will think healthy and our thinking will also be positive. So for any entrepreneur, it is said that they should maintain a good health. That is why they would be able to develop positive attitude, whether it is running a business or running a family or playing. Every time one should have a positive attitudes, and one should maintain his or her health so that they could have a positive attitude. Keep one's ego under control. Don't take profits and spend them on expensive toys to impress others. Build a war chest for unexpected needs or opportunities. This also means hearing out new ideas and suggestions no matter how crazy they sound. Keep one's ego under control. Normally, if a person is senior or if a person has good experience, many times they develop an ego that I am a senior person, experienced person. Why should I hear to the junior employees? Why should I hear to those people who don't have success in their life? This type of attitude often takes a person to failure. Suggestion from any person belonging to any category of job is helpful, because the customers are the common people. They are not always a high level or very qualified or experienced people, but the idea of these customers or suggestions of these customers are very helpful for an entrepreneur to develop the market, to cope oneself in the changing market scenario, and think about the choice of the people. Believe in oneself. One needs to believe in one's own self, in one's company, and that one will be successful. One's confidence is contagious to one's employees, customers, stakeholders, suppliers, and everyone one deals with. You should believe in yourself, because unless you believe on yourself, you will not be able to make others believe on you. So unless you have self-confidence and belief on your own idea and believe that you will be successful, you will not be able to attract people or convince the people. To convince the people, you should have belief on yourself, confidence, and you should try to make others believe on you. Next, encourage and accept criticism graciously, admitting one's mistake. One needs to constantly work on convincing one's employees that is okay, even necessary to state their honest opinion, even if it if conflicts with boss's opinion. Just stating it once or putting it in a mission statement persuade or convinced most people. So normally it is suggested to the bosses or senior people that they should encourage their juniors and others to provide their inputs or suggestions. And if anybody is criticizing your job, you should accept it graciously, because you don't have to think that I cannot commit any mistake. If you have committed any mistake, you should accept it and try to change yourself or improve yourself. This is the attitude of a successful entrepreneur or businessman. Many times, many businessmen come to the market with a product which has a technical problem. So, gracious or great businessmen, they accept their fault and they return back the or take back the product from the market. Many times it has happened in the market that famous companies like Nokia or General Motors, they have taken back their products from the market because they were not technically correct. So graciously these companies accepted their mistakes, took back the products, and then improved the product and again sold the product in the market. Next, maintain a strong work ethic. We had studied about ethics. Once employees will follow the lead, it will also help one to beat one's competition by outworking them, particularly when the product or service is very similar. Work ethic towards your work should be maintained. You should have positive ethics and should not do any type of wrong deeds to become successful. Because if the boss of the company is having any wrong type of idea or taking wrong ways to have success, it will be followed by the employees also. You should not follow any wrong path to maintain success of the company. Rebound quickly from setbacks. Setbacks are coming in life of every person. There surely will be plenty of ups and downs as one builds up the business. Learn from the setback and move on. One can't change the past. There are setbacks in our life, setbacks in company's life, and the great companies rebound from their setbacks You can observe that there had been setbacks in many companies. Like Maggie was banned few years ago due to some reason, but the company rebounds back, and again today the product is popular in the market. So we can have many examples like this when a product is criticized for some problem, but these companies after a sudden fall down rebounds back, and again they are successful in the market. Periodically getting out of one's comfort zone to pursue something important. Many times one feels uncomfortable while implementing a needed change in technology, people, mission, competing, etc. For the company and want to grow personally, one sometimes has to step out of one's comfort zone. The comfort zone is a situation in which you don't want to take any risk, don't want to work hard. So if you are not taking any risk, not working hard, you will be comfortable, but at the same time, you will not have any type of growth. You will stagnate. So to avoid stagnation, entrepreneurs should take risk and come out of the comfort zone. They may have to work very hard and struggle, but after struggle and hard work only, they would be successful. So with this point, we end the topic attitude today. In the next class, we will discuss motivation. Thank you.